think very, very early on in the relationship, I was aware that there was a problem. I was aware that there was sort of like secretive, unusual behaviour being sort of demonstrated by Pete. You know, so he'd be very secretive with his phone, was going outside to make phone calls. And there just seemed to be a bit of unsettledness psychologically going on with him. So I was aware that there were certain behaviours which I wouldn't call quite normal. People have this concept, I think, that when an addict makes that decision to quit, and the same with Peter, the day that he quit, I think people think we ran off into the sunset and lived happily ever after. But I often say, you know, we had to climb a mountain, and we did that together, hand in hand. You know, something that we were talking about earlier, you know, in the fact that the loved one is often the antidote. You know, they are the recovery. And I think if an addict is lucky enough to have a loved one around them that's willing to support them, then they both have to go on a recovery, because you go through such a trauma emotionally and such a crisis in your life as a result of the gambling addiction. We're working really well at the stigma with the public and understanding it's a mental health issue, but there is a certain amount of ignorance going on at top levels. And I don't think that they quite see what we see and hear the stories we hear. And it's so important why individuals like Peter and myself keep raising that awareness. So I think this is something I'm hoping will come across on the conference for EPIC.